time to
Might as
end.
well pick up the side quest first. Pleasure to meet you. This is Tivy and Paimon is Paimon. Elegant names. How do you know we're not from this place? Huh? He's calling us uncivilized? Alrighty. So what busy work do you want me to do for you, mister? It's okay, meow. This is food, oh yeah. Long and glorious tradition of gourmet culture. I am listening. Well, the Cruchy's treasures. Like what? What is that? Okay, this is where we get the food. Man, they're making me hungry for the food I got in my oven, that's for sure. Yes. Okay, actually, he just wants us to go somewhere. Sure. They better have food. Please lead the way. The board. Maui. Oh, Howie. I should make the check to swim downwards a bit naturally because I like looking up more. I wonder if you could buy a slider for that and the options. That would be nice. Are we underwater? Wowie, that's like so cool. I feel like we can do that later. Oh yeah. Wait, what is he talking about? Time to try that. I mean, Paimon got me roped in here. Oh yeah. How do we absorb again? With the thing there. What does this one do? Hold to aim. Ah, okay, so that's how you would deal with these. Those root items. Oh, 2 charges on that, okay. Auto aim, very good, very good. You don't hold it. You do it. Oh, you have to aim at the thing. Ah. So that explains it. Oh, we got a key. That's a nice skill. Oh, that's big damage. When you charge it by holding it. Nice underwater implementation. What? What? Oh. I just refreshed something. Or he does, I don't know. Anyway, impromptu underwater adventure, I'll take it. This is just stalling time for till we get the food. Oh yeah. Oh, I see, we have a shield. Fascinating. Yeah, that shield's useful. All these currents trying to block us from picking up items. No big deal. Alrighty. Already got that. I think the camera should follow us a bit more. Can you get that one? Oh, has to glow. To be gettable. I don't want to mess with this guy. Maybe there's treasure. True. Oh.
Body and mind. Body and mind.
Man, we are too hyped for food. You know how it goes. Right, something about Sumeru. I mean, they sure like the knowledge in Sumeru. All the delicious food drowned and lost forever. Yeah, that would not be good. That's pretty extreme. Yeah, that's what he would have said if he lacked patriotism. True. Maybe if he just lacked a sense of direction. So, what is this?
Body and mind.
Ah. That's balanced now. And now we need the other one to also be balanced. Oh, making it easy. Easy to understand. They explained this mechanism to me before when I was running around randomly. Yeah. I have to balance them. The yellow one and the dark one make the light one. You know where I mean? It's kind of obvious when you look at it, but it doesn't sound obvious. Come on. Really getting used to pressing B button to dive. I think it's a fine mapping too. That's where he came from. Let's get our skill again. Yo, thanks so much for the raid. I think. Why might chat not tell me what's going on? Why am I'm so confused. Wait. Did we get raided? Did something just make sounds I don't know about? Let's check on my Twitch and see. Oh man, I have too many places I stream to. I totally forgot which place I was streaming on. Oh well, let's see. Not at once though, you know where I mean. Anyway. Okay, but it's the Genshin thing overlaying the chat. Okay, no raids here. And I don't know if there's anything on YouTube for raids, oh well. Anyway. Wait a minute. Hi there, Trippy. Did you raid us? On Twitch? Either way, nice to have you. How you doing? Meow. Big appreciated. Let me hit you with a shout out if this command works now. I hope it does. Rix, please do your work. Oh, I typed it wrong. I'm very smart. I should probably use autocomplete like this. It doesn't work. Oh my god, Rix. Rix, what are you doing? I think we did get raided by them. So yeah, thanks a lot. Wow. Yeah, Rix should have told us, but Rix is just sleeping. It is what it is. Can't be helped now. Actually, maybe let's go to the website and figure it out. Rix. Chatbot. Is on. It may not work for some hours of the day. Oh no. Oh no, Twitch, please whitelist this bot. Oh no. So Twitch is sleeping on the best bot for all my platforms, the real bot rigs. Anyway, so let's go. Understand. We're playing Genshin. I hope you enjoy, everyone. Welcome in, etc., etc. Low-key stalling for my food to be done. Breakfast meat, you know what I mean? Meow. Where's that chest over there? What's up with that? How did we miss that? Wow, So what's with all these hourglasses? Can we... No, we can't do anything with them. And I wish I could buy us the swimming to move down a bit more when I look forward. Like, I don't know, it feels like it's always making me swim upwards. Unintentionally. Anyway, so we do the side quest because, yeah, I do the main quest when my belly is satisfied. Meow. Did it say something? The resilience and vitality of Fontaine seagrass. Oh, some weak sections with a shine. What? Ah, I get it. They must have a different color. I don't get it. I don't get it. This guy's getting in the way. Oh, we have to use it. Ah, I see it now. Line them up. Nice, nice.
Everyone hold hands.
What? I missed it.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
I mean, easy peasy. Didn't even break a sweat. Why don't you show him that trick of yours, Paimon? Wait, what trick? Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Paimon turning into Findy. What a nightmare. Meow. I sure likes Fontaine, that's for sure. Do people really say that? Of course! I see, I see. Everyone should go to Fontaine to see it for themselves and shit talk it, I guess. Meow. I mean, that's what he's asking for, though. Anyway, let's keep going. I mean, they do have an adorable Archon, that's for sure. And also beautiful places. Hey, what's that? Ah, locked. Not like this. I wanna run out of markers. Ugh. Key to some place, okay. Very informative.
Time to act.
How long till my food is done anyway? Soon. I'm just thinking I'm gonna mute this thing already, and I could more when it doesn't make it silly jingle and just pop up the window. How did that work? I'm using the, what is it? Ear trumpet volume mixer. That one is pretty good.
If my calculations are correct, Wanwen Bookhouse is due to receive a batch of new releases today.
Okay,
Might we
yeah,
add
that
a
should be
small
muted
detail
now.
to our adventure?
System sounds. Anyhow, let's keep going until we got the breakfast meat.
Body and
Poof. So, the problem with this new mechanic, the light and dark one, is it doesn't make me go, wow, we do tons of damage now. Unlike, you know, Dendro.
Hold the line. Yeah.
Like, I feel like you don't need to expand the
wonder
mechanics
what this gift could be
if it's
from.
not gonna be making the combat more complex meaningfully. And with the Dendro, they clearly made it meaningfully more complex. Dude, where did it go? What the? Oh, it's an elevator. I get it now. By the way, good job, Genshin, not censoring that. Meow. Do we go down to go up? Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. Now that's what I call an elevator. Looks like breakable wall, but not really. No, it's just decoration. Oh, it doesn't flood that. Nice.
I see everything. Allow me. Rain cutter. I wonder who this gift could be from.
Easy peasy. Ah, vänta, waypoint. Also, of course, we can go backwards. Wait, it doesn't do anything. Thought there might be some hidden area by backtracking underground, underwater.
I wonder who this.
Why is there Ruin Guard?
Everyone's
So we
okay.
can slap it. It's protecting the waypoint actually.
Here. Shoo. Turn. Bring refuge. Ha!
Wowie, it's a waypoint.
Time to act.
More Ruin Guards, but bigger. Treasure vault. Where's the treasure? Hammond thought the vault would be full of glittering golden mora, as dazzling as the sun. You should know, my dear friends, that just as the truly wealthy do not flaunt in anything as shallow as appearances, real treasure. Hammond knows what you're about to say. The real treasure is friends we made along the way. Real treasure not so easily revealed, but you're right, Paimon. You're right, Paimon. He's trolling us, by the way. How about the treasure? The institute is hidden. Treasure's hidden in this room. Okay, there actually is treasure. He's not trolling, never mind. Hammond doesn't see anything. This is a forum or an institute? Good question, Pro Tycoon. Hundreds of billions of mora, okay. Even the richest streamer I've ever seen only had 30 million mora. Meowie, wowie. Treasure! Treasure, yeah, we're just getting hyped for treasure. Where's the treasure, though? Hundreds of billions of mora. Also, we missed the thingy, I think. One of these, Anyway, let's slap this guy. Can we slap him? Come on. Ooh. Cracks in the glass. Oh no. We could just walk through. Oh man, we can't break it either. Okay.
Time to act.
Knowledge has value too.
Time to act.
What? Foreshadowing? Are you supposed to break the glass when the robot's out of control? What's going on? Ruins of the Institute of Natural Philosophy. Ooh, there's no treasure here. And the experiment is about to begin. Return after the conclusion. Collect the treasures we are sure to leave behind. What? You lied to us, Virgil. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, this one's special, okay. No matter how good you are, even if you can handle the regular ones, we're still made of flesh and bone, okay. Okay, we get to find out what makes it special. We just have to photograph it with all these photograph things, and then it's gonna explode, obviously.
Time to act.
Or break the glass. So...
Let me weave you a verse. No, my soul.
Okay. So, we fight it, and then we break the glass, right? And really something special. Oh yeah, it's coming back. There. Easy peasy. In case of emergency. Flood the place. Oh, we get swept away? Oh no. What is going on? Wowee, that's so cool. Oh, we can, it's just like, this is like we get to fly around, you know, like on a rail, sort of, but not really. Ah, it's a bit delayed, though. I mean, or it's just tethered in a way. Yeah, not much going on here. We can just pretend we are doing something. Irishable stuff nearby? Ooh. I mean... higher ground though, okay. Whoa, what if we go in that? No, we can't. I mean... there's a skill issue. It's a skill issue. You know what I mean? Meow. Where is this gonna take us? Paimon says. What if we get trapped in some underwater dead end? The water wouldn't flow there unless there's a very narrow gap to get through, but I mean, this is too much water being moved here too fast. Oh, nice. We get to hit the rings if we get the skills for it. Got him. Well, that was a nice little side adventure. Much appreciated. Now this guy is gonna hear from us sometime later. But first is breakfast. Breakfast meat. Meow. Wait, challenge failed? Wow, we missed a ring! That's wild. Also, didn't we activate a waypoint? Oh, there, yeah. Do this again. This time we don't miss a ring. I thought they're just for restoring underwater stamina, but they don't actually. They don't even do that, you know what I mean? There, got him. So where's the food? Oh, that would be the real question. Oh, I don't got it. Oh man. No food from the stingray. Oh, that's the good one. Yeah. There. Easy peasy, triple rouge. I like this mechanic. It's fast and fun. Oh, this one's moving around. Wowee. Okay, my food should be done. Amazing. I would share if I could, you know what I mean? But yeah. Get one more of these. Aiming is hard. There's a CD too. Oh man, they just keep throwing stuff my way. It's like I'm getting ADHD. What is going on? But yeah, after food we will do the main story quest. Oh man, oh boy, what a nice game. I like the visual and audio feedback on this. Very nice, very nice. Might have missed out these rings. Okay, well, yeah, this is a good point to get my food. Unlocking a dungeon. Meow. Where's that Archon Quest? Let's go. Wait, now they want us to go down? I mean, fair enough. So, what happened last time? We took on...
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
We took on... some sort of criminal case, yes. Defend Linny and Lynette. Alrighty, more food-themed adventures. Good thing I got desserts. Amazing.
Don't worry, we haven't eaten that
Amazing timing.
Paimon's getting excited already. In that case, I'll go
yeah.
order for us first. Please wait here a moment. Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life. Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
Ooh, I sure got it all. You see pork in a wrap, in a raw chicken leg. The lasagna over there. Mmm.
And if it...
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
And it was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Wait a minute, she's a Geo character? She's a Geo character, the worst element? Oh man, I hope they make her work somehow as a good character. I don't know, I'm low-key intending to maybe roll for her. Let's see.
You had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking! We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist, to seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
Good question. Get info from Hydro Archon, or... Yeah, that's it. I had no opportunity so far.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to
Oh
do
man.
it anyway.
She's gonna be so mad at us for winning the trial. Oh man.
I see.
Meow.
So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon.
Yes, quite simple actually.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps.
Guess that's
Questionable
the
legality?
response for
What?
you. Chock full of sketchy ideas.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play.
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed.
What?
Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers
What?
all your questions.
What? Isn't that trolling though? What?
I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that?
All right, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Yeah, I mean, just go to her when she's not busy,
Did
yes.
defeat her in
Yes.
court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's
Why don't we
go.
give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't real...
No, it's fine.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fontaine anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
My drink also tasted that way too. What?
Oh. Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then...
Yeah, we're stuffed.
Oh, tell him, Paimon.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try floating a little slower.
Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia, what are you...
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
That was a pretty pricey meal, all thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
And like this, it begins. Fontaine Act 2. Or Act 1 Part 2. I don't actually know. Yes, you can teleport to the fountain. But they just teleport you to the waypoint. Classic.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
It's the voices!
That's kinda spooky.
Vache.
Marche!
Why are you still walking towards it?
Can feel strong emotions.
Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Oh, whoa. Who's there?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore. I
Lost
do
your
not know
form?
how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved with the primordial water?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
So you need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
Oh?
The thought
What?
of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the
You don't know that, come on.
If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on.
I believe it will be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters,
Mm-hmm.
losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
Shay was a witness to the fact that you dissolved?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release.
I mean, maybe these are like ancient descendants of the Oceanids, so that's why this whole thing works like that, but let's see.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Seems like some measure of consciousness still remains after dissolving the boss, dissolving the body.
Go, I think.
Is that Paimon?
Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache,
Yeah, alrighty, I'll tell him that your girlfriend is now an Oceanid. Meow. Wait a minute. What? What is she doing? What is she doing? Oh man, dramatic scene shift. I love it.
Look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Where did these guys come from?
Chlorand?
Oh, is he here to help us? Nice. Is that the iron sting? Not sure. I don't have the 4 stars you can craft.
Quick, now's our chance!
All these electro tractors get to show off. Yeah, let's go. What happened here? You were just chilling with the consciousness of some Oceanid?
But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking.
I don't know about that one. What? Depends on why. You're attacked if you're not a stalker. Hello?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same. were here.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feeling.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
Ooh.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party
Rogue
must have obtained them
automatons.
through illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rash.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
Is it though? What about their daughter having a good time?
Regardless,
Meow.
thank you for your help today, Clorand.
You've got to stay safe.
If any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Meanwhile, protagonist Kun had a moment
I suppose
here
that's the best news we've gotten today.
and just coincidentally landed here.
Mademoiselle, I believe
In this
that Miss
scene.
Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
Was that?
Goodness, Paimon thought we were done for. Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us. Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorand who came out to save us too. We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
True. So you're a fighter now, Paimon.
Oh, come now. Forget all that
Also,
polite
thanks,
talk.
Navia.
That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Magnanimity. What's that?
If it were me, I
What?
would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger?
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Ooh.
Really? Paimon contributed somehow?
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did...
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of
Oh, the
what you said. The
salt.
Fonta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Oh, it's strange as well. So they drugged us.
Fonta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fonta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh, they wanted to dissolve the girl?
Yes. So
Whoa.
that cup for me.
We saved her from
Di
dissolving.
Rosula is preparing the grandest of
Whoa.
awards for you as we speak for
Huh. Really?
Fortunately, we're not from Fontaine.
Sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no That's when I figured out that you might be in danger.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the... Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too. But it was real faint. Does
The
this situation
ability.
have to do with the primordial seawater then?
The ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element. Okay. Nice explanation. Let's
Does that
go.
mean The primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
Ain't you intel? Did I?
Intel?
I mean about the girl?
You were out.
Well,
That was she
let's hear
ended?
it, shall we?
Yes. Person named Blaché was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene, but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try to search for him.
Yes,
Ooh.
thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner.
You mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
I mean, we might also end up talking to the Hydro Archon somehow in the process, so... This will prove to be their biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look
Not the Hydro
so,
Archons,
please.
but yeah.
You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
So confident. So confident. You know what? I want that waypoint over there. I'm done not having the waypoint at the place. And now we head for that one. Imagine not having Sayu. Imagine. Just imagine the humiliation of not being able to spin to win in Genshin.
Let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted...
Very good.
I shall find rooms for...
Thank you, Malus. Now,
Oh, I get it. Yes. Oh, that's so cool. They got an underground steampunk adventure laid out for you. Amazing. No words for us. This guy. Oh, looks like there's actual people here. You kids, tell us what's going on here. Oh, can't even tell us what's going on here. Owie, what about these guys?
Hey,
Well, there is a waypoint. I didn't expect this, by the way. Very cool. Legal advice, okay.
so, this is your base? It's not quite what Paimon imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Thank you.
well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
I don't even do anything illegal. That's just tricky. What the?
To be honest,
The
our
charity
financial situation
mafia.
was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years
Oh
ago.
man.
I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father, he was the...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me.
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor, instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But
Oh
I
no,
didn't believe
Paimon
he was
also.
murdered. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena.
Ooh.
3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to the... I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. Yeah, we are kind of quite alike in this regard.
Please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our...
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from...
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth.
There
Oh,
is
yeah.
one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh man. Ooh.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him? Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
And that indicates that he intended to die in that duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
It's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest.
Yeah. can't speak.
Please, relax and get some sleep.
Sleepy face Paimon. Also kinda cute. Oh, that was a quick one.
Paimon slept so well.
Back in action.
This feels almost too safe, huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here.
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back? Were you waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new...
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone to...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Neuvillette. A place where detailed files on all the cases of... If the Oceanette you met is one of the young women who went missing recently, we should be able to find some related information.
So Neuvillette maintains an archive of case files? In that case, let's go talk to... Aren't you...
She's not gonna come?
Let's go see the Honorable
Oh, she is gonna come. Come accompany us to the dude who she has some backstory with. Presumably, what could it be? We will find out soon.
Right up ahead. Come on.
Soon.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago?
Oh, yes.
Oh, the
I
trial,
remember.
yeah.
About it in the Steambird. You must be Linny's attorneys.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Thanks so much.
Wait a minute. What does official mean in this context?
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette. We only like...
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be.
So you're not...
We're looking
So
for a man
helpful.
named Vache. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait.
This guy is super sus, but you know what I mean.
He's so easy to talk to.
Maybe that's just his style.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years. There are no records of him either in the files or in my
Back
memory.
to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just...
Is that so? All right then.
Him.
Wait a minute.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words. You only said those things because you felt like you should. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
Now you're saying too much there, now, you know.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything.
I mean, you still gotta respect her father's choices, though.
There are still so many things
That's
I
a
never got to tell
thing.
him. So many questions he still owes me answers to. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
Oh man, are they setting this up to be a date later down the line? Sheesh.
Miss Navia.
You and my
Oh
father
man.
are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything.
Oh.
Oh well. In any case,
He's onto
everyone
something.
already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice. My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
I like how she's doing the characterization for this guy. He was just too sus before. That was smart. Wowee.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain. It's raining.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Now that I think of it, on the day my father was convicted of murder, it was also raining.
What is it? Did you think of something?
Your father's case. Was he outside when it happened?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait. You don't
Wait,
mean...
what did I say? I just clicked the thing. Oh no. The fact that people can be turned into water.
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water? And then got washed away with the rain? Yeah. And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even...
True.
True genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier? All right, let's go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna
Oh
make
yeah.
progress for sure this time.
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over by yourself? Like,
Should go where the idea's fresh. Let's teleport. Where the heck is this? What are these ugly birds? Strangely adorable ugly birds.
Make my escape.
How do we get that? Oculus. Hydroculus. I don't know. Also, where are we at? There sure is a lot of
Whoa.
grabbed together places.
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewer. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself, she's been convinced.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Alrighty. There's a lot of people here. You sell fish. What rules? Fresh fish. Ah, the rule is fresh fish. That's how this guy's rolling, I see. This is how I roll. Now would you look at this? Gotta go fast. Oh yeah.
Can't touch me.
That easy. I could have read his heart, maybe, and see if he actually sells fresh fish. We should do that later.
Melouse, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important... You said before that you still had some business at the...
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the... You still remember, right, Melouse?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney.
Impossible murders.
Were what you'd call...
Could you tell
A
us
mastermind,
about what
maybe?
happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did.
Ooh.
Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea.
So they got drugs that make you turn to water. Ah, interesting,
If
interesting.
you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus or control your emotions.
Or turning into water.
And if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of...
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the...
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally, he was able to convince someone to become his informant. The man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over... But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at... Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Ooh. They could have dissolved.
Precisely. It's
The
all
people.
thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet. But, Considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
Maybe there was an argument, but it's possible the third person is to blame.
We still don't know what happened, but my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to...
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remote. I think this third person is probably the key. On that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as
A warning?
our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them. Even though Spina de Rosula, there is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be quite reliable, and more importantly, demoiselle, I think you're also ready to take this on.
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the serial disappearances case. But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation that you, demoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
Whoa.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness. The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live, and the serial disappearances case caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict, but once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some key incriminating evidence for the other side, and even told some members of Spina de Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public.
Ooh.
If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off, Scott.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has been gone for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
Until now.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful were still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
So he chose to die in silence, so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight? No. He might have set up everything precisely because he never thought I'd be able to understand him. Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
He gave you the choice to live how you want.
Yeah. I suppose that's true.
Man, Project
With the way
quite...
he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world.
Quite smart Project there.
But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters. and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
It's the location where synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Ooh.
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming it?
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous organization that's been in operation for decades. There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of evidence we may be able to find inside, nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war. The worst case would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during Mr. Linney's case. We have no idea just how thoroughly they may have been infiltrated.
Huh. That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this.
I am the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to is that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula, or at least have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendor. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing, I've narrowed the suspect list down to 3 people.
Whoa.
The first is Florent, Spina di Rosula's senior advisor.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture this whole time. There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Uncle Marcel.
What's this confrérie? How do you pronounce that?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and prominence. In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards.
Maybe it's all 3.
Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities.
Although unlikely.
Since Thierry is
But nothing says there's only one informant.
Activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I see. These are all people who I communicate with quite regularly.
I might have a secondary informant that's actually purely for record keeping, not an active communication.
To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right
And for
next to me all
emergencies.
along, among those I trust the most. It's...
I mean, that would be quite elaborate, so I don't know. Probably not in this setting.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry. Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Of course. And thank you.
You're too kind, my lady. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today. If it might help, you could also pay them a visit.
A new case awaits, my dear partner.
Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth.
Oh man, another case? Yeesh.
It is settled, then. Please excuse me.
Thank you for arranging everything.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband...
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so near.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you. Because I didn't know what I could. I know only the full truth could bring.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me?
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
Oh, it's an Oculus.
They found out about his
Oh, I want to go on a diving adventure. Meow.
I didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jack to take out Callis? Whoa.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callis had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your Papa was a good man.
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole...
Then you should hold on to that.
In the whole world.
If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so.
What does this saying mean?
Oh.
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Alrighty. Well, this does lend credence to the idea that there was a third person.
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Underwater adventure!
And we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way. So please don't worry.
Underwater adventure. Wait, what? Not much going on here, actually. Can we get out of this? What is this? Oh no. Oh, this would just be a little pond with not much going on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oops. Dude, why is it pointing the wrong way so much? I think that shoots us the wrong way again. Okay. Actually, why is there multiple of these? Let's keep it simple. People without the speed glider gonna be jelly.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside. And we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his cave. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene.
Why did you say 2 gunshots instead of gunshots?
But when I got there, it was already too late.
Poor writing, or
Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands.
is he just peculiar like that?
Look back and forth at each other.
Or is there reason to his peculiarity?
So you also remember 2 gunshots that—
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
Very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him.
An extra gun to a sword fight? Meow.
The gun he was holding
Just
probably
kidding.
belonged to Jacques. Or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of— He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
No, he must have had a reason to keep the truth hidden. Must be something to the story that would be quite problematic.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything, once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callous, but it was Mr. Callous's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of no matter what others might say.
Don't worry. I will. You and all our other comrades at the Spina.
We deserve the truth. Oh yeah, you'll tell him. So he sure talks a fair game. Well, if we go over here now. Okay.
Hey, Thierry, it's me.
Oh, it's that guy. We talked about this guy.
Ow.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
are you sure there isn't a little bit?
I mean, where I work is Callus did a fantastic job
He
running
likes the
town.
ambience.
Building Spina di Rasula from the ground up and
With the
clearing
ship.
men. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat.
Ah, yes. What happened at
Heart
the
nose.
Opera House?
Oh
I
yeah.
just realized that Linny's case and my father's. Maybe
Ah, I get it. If you want to go through the original file...
that'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Whoa, what?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask?
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex, and so... if you, hypothetically, wanted to do something against...
Then you think too highly of my abilities. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, so I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so...
You're making quite a bit of noise. Talking to all the suspects like this. Like, usually you wouldn't really give away that you're suspecting them of something, no? Come on. Did I mention the speed glider is so good? You have a dialogue, and the cooldown is gone.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel.
Sure. I will let...
Ah, the guy with the
Navia,
business dealings.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House.
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf.
Oh, he was there too? That's suspicious. You could have caused the guy to dissolve.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes. I was reminded of your father's case right away.
Exactly.
And then now he's now he takes the initiative on this?
That the other side has already...
He knows. It's on his mind.
And what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex.
Now he's playing dumb.
And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea. If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking.
Oh, you're giving us too much cred.
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you.
Not sure he understands
You can
Callus.
always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching
It'll
up.
take me a while to recall memory.
The Confrérie
Okay.
was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support.
He heard one gunshot. I mean, there could be reasons for only hearing one. As he's been moving around, presumably. Or has he? I mean, he says he's busy, but... And he only heard a gunshot, not 2 gunshots. Or gunshots in general. So where exactly was he for the first gunshot?
We've talked to all 3 suspects. None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I mean, maybe there was only one gunshot though. Right, like, I don't know. It's possible.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a Anyway, even though we didn't make a break...
But...
Can we play the game?
You're right! Flora
With
mentioned
the creating a story
because of circumstance.
thingy?
That makes
The
sense.
blue hypotheses? Come on, just like an Umineko.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been
Oh, so he was in a bind.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
I was Jack, I wouldn't have fired at all.
And why is that?
Good question. He guarantees safety after killing Callus. Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing Callus?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed everything.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory? No, not a game theory.
The attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well.
Oh man. Oh man, oh boy.
It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, but who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control
The guy with the money.
Gardamex?
Obviously. What's his name? Was Marcel?
Uncle Marcel? And with funds from the Confrérie, it's still really hard.
I mean, he is the prime suspect right now.
After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy?
What? What about Florent?
Florent? It is true that, but as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security.
Not much to do with finance? Yeah.
Too broke to afford a mech?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group. Thierry, you say? It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the
That's
Gardamex
too
into
suspicious, mostly, right?
I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tamper.
Yeah. Had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory.
Yeah, I mean, the third guy's still the most sus, I'm just saying. The one we asked about first.
It should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
I mean, I already gave my assessment. Wait, why is that 4th one?
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel
Yeah.
is the most suspicious of them all.
Yeah, I know, right?
Missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Oh, true.
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He's very close to you after all.
On top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Yes, Malus did
Oh, the
say that
Synthby
charging Freya
production
would be
place.
extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are.
True.
I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guard?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our...
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Wait, child?
What? Is that someone
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
We know him. Maybe even a little too well.
He's been accused of being the true culprit behind
What?
the disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
It is absurd.
How? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right. Because
Mm-hmm.
they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah. And it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand.
Do have no conclusive evidence? What do we do? Let's split up.
Huh? Split up?
What do I mean? I don't know. I'm confident in my combat abilities. We'll just raid the place and you do whatever with the Arenais. Where is Arenais? You go there. We beat up the dudes. As expected.
Expected of my part.
As expected from the TivvyCat. I know, right?
About the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base
Irenaeus.
wide open.
Alright.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence.
Yeah, true,
Up to
true.
you to make it back in time.
Leave it to me!
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Linny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malus, Silver. When did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson. It's our hope that your confidence...
Thank you so much.
See you then!
Toodaloo.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over. Huh. According to Malus's info, the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
Oh yeah. Underwater adventures. That's what I'm talking about.
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary.
I don't want it to stand out.
Ah, you're right. And Navia's probably...
Alrighty.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
Probably
To be
not.
perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of. However, I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name.
Whoa!
Right?
Whoa! Nice!
In which case, as long as I accept the challenge,
You wanted to do it anyway, right?
all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received.
Wowee!
When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Aww.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place.
Great synergy between these two. Great synergy.
Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress. In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjection.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default. Correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer.
Nice. He's not gonna insist on dueling here.
So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia.
See, he likes to play along when it makes sense. So nice.
That person is...
Marcel!
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières!
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind
you, hyped.
that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter. Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well. In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect—
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father? Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember, both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet.
Can we get our banner already? She's such a great mascot.
Some details of that case.
Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
True, good stalling, let's go.
In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Very good, very good.
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabrières. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life.
I get it now. I get it now. He didn't want the truth to come out then and there because getting into a fight with their sister organization would have been unsustainable or unviable in some way.
The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
Especially because he got a daughter around and all.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarand in the and soon succumbed to the injuries.
I can see that.
These are the known facts about the case.
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first, and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized the gun from him. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea. Something's... Something's...
Clothing. Oh yeah, right. I forgot. That was clothing.
Then turn...
Well, that's clear evidence that we had a third person.
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise, but now it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
This is so much like Umineko. And a bit of Rose Guns days. For the setting. Fascinating. Which I never finished, by the way. Rose Guns days. Like it dragged on a little. That was interesting too. So, what do we have here? Did not dispute. We're missing the evidence here. Yeah, this is... He didn't dispute it because he wanted to protect his daughter. Probably. I need evidence for that. 2 gunshots. Who hosted the banquet? This guy? No. Oh.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection.
Right.
Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility, and had sent out another assassin.
True.
Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Oh yeah. But who is
That's
the...
what happened.
Who's the mastermind?
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
Oh yeah, as a drug. To get high.
What a great theory.
Meow.
It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
Ah, but I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact...
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two things. One, do you have the evidence to back up your claim?
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing, we should be able to find. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably...
You have a record, yes.
Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable...
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed, then why didn't Mr.
Yeah,
Callus
good
explain
question.
himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been
It's an easy one though.
he could have at least mounted a defense.
I thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him.
Yeah.
The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits,
Yes.
and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearance.
What? If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then.
As I
One
thought.
in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course.
Ask the girl who killed him.
All you need.
Yes.
Opponent.
There.
Florand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel...
Did you intend to die?
I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
True.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
It's the groundwork. Come on.
The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could have only timed their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
Oh yeah.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous.
I mean, he definitely was around.
I'm used to it, though. You've always been an
key
impulsive,
moments.
sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another
Whoa, a duel of logic.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
What is it?
I suppose you're gonna tell
A lack
me
of proof.
anyways.
It's timing again.
Oh, something
I'm a
else.
businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain.
But how did you get your fortunes to be a businessman in the first place?
In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade.
Some trades?
Business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage.
You might say that.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
Oh.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of this? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time.
He just picked up the mantle of this organized criminal structure that got him his start in the business world.
Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
I think a background check is due on this guy.
The wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his... But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own... Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me. And it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice.
You just have to establish that this guy has some dealing in the synth business.
Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. And whose image do you see? Is it a man named Vacher?
Oh!
Oh, so you do know that name.
I've Merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
Oh, now he's trying to play dumb.
I was waiting for you to say that.
A little while earlier. Oh man. Nice time jump. But what's down here? Oh, they don't let us go here. Oh, come on. Sneaky. It doesn't even have a map, this area. That's a door of resurrection. Oh yeah. New look. Why does it look like Warframe? Meow. That's not good. Oops. Door's going up. Can it go down again though? There must be a switch somewhere. Come on. Oh, it just comes down. Very good, very good. Timed. Man, this is some Warframe meets fog wheels. I like it.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
Give me that. Man, this is some Warframe-esque place. Hello. I love it. Again, quite distinct still, but yeah, similar nonetheless.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Let's
but
go.
This is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Still a ways away.
I see everything. Time for a light show. Everyone hold hands. Hold the line.
Got him. No hidden chests? Okay.
Here I go.
Ooh. More water level.
Now the path is clear. Let's go. Make my escape.
Owie. Pretty. Water behind glass. Aquarium. Whatever. Meow.
Hey! Allow me! Fire hazard! Covenant of the Deep!
Oh. Oops. Oops. It happened. I just wanted chests on the low ground that don't exist, because you can't go on the low ground. Wowee. And this place sure has an elaborate entrance area. That's for sure.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as
Wowee.
the mastermind isn't here.
Oh yeah, he's being charged as we speak by Navia.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can...
Yes, yes, yes.
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things!
Alrighty, might as well tweet. We live. I forgot that we might as well try to do that some more. Bunch of cute things. What?
Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace.
Whoa.
Box.
Whoa, as a name too.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names?
They probably belonged to the victims.
You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here?
Wait a minute. We found the location and it's been totally not evacuated.
And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah. Sheesh. So they kidnapped the girls and then turned them into water. Sheesh. Why?
Look! There's an important looking basin over here. And it's full of water. That means...
Primordial seawater? Oh! So the location is important because they got the water from here.
Normal water, you'll get synth. But the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Okay, so they couldn't just flee the place. I would have still removed some of the evidence, though. I don't know.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective
Detective Paimon on the case.
Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
Probably related to his and Jacques' case.
Yep, it's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it.
As we hypothesized.
This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
Yes. Anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand.
Ooh, what?
He can act whenever he wants to make
I haven't read something.
The only option left is to remove him from the picture.
Whoa.
I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of
What old dog? Was it the dad or probably not? They talk about somebody else. They talk about somebody that was informed by the dad. Alrighty. So who did they disappear?
Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
So many.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Whoa. That definitely proves that this is where they produce synth. Okay.
It's super obvious.
It is super obvious, Paimon. Yes. Super obvious, Detective Paimon.
Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough.
Whoa.
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
They're trying to bring them back.
Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that
But it never worked.
I've never read something so scary before. How can someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called Virginia. Was dissolved. I see.
That's why he did all of these experiments.
See, he wants to bring back his love.
Did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
Vache.
Huh? Isn't
Another
it
name
heard
was
by the
there.
Fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
No, he is the researcher. Oh.
I mean, Vache is the one who did all of these.
Yeah. That's the hunch I was getting too. After hearing of a mad scientist. How classic. Yes, he signed off on a bunch of experiment reports.
So that's it. Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people
There
to
must be more to this than meets the eye.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down. We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on.
Who really is this Vache?
We haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalette wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything.
Maybe it's the guy in court right now.
That way, even if we bring
Being accused.
the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
True. Maybe not clever enough. Let's look again. Clever but not clever enough.
Sure thing.
I see.
Paimon won't admit defeat.
Yeah, I think we're getting there. Maybe look at it again. Everything. All the belongings.
Side, and Paimon will take this side. Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Or snacks. Ain't more. Delicious water to drink.
Whoa, really?
In a moment.
What Paimon see?
Wait, what is this?
Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name?
Oh yeah.
Then you found her diary. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story.
She made a list of baby names. Ooh.
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel.
Marshall. Oh. Oh, so he's their son.
Wait, but Marcel's pretty old.
I figured it out. Let's go, Paimon. So he picked up the mantle after making a stop in Snezhnaya. Snezhnaya. Or whatever. Meow. There it is.
Image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache?
You're dead.
Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone
I was waiting.
There we go.
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
How handy to have such a trusty partner as the TivvyCat and Paimon.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Oh yeah. That's right, Marcel is the child of the dude. Here's the notebook of the mother.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vacher.
Wait, no? No? I thought it's a son. Huh? What?
We've investigated your lair, and we already know everything. After your lover, Vignier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment.
Oh, he's just their kid.
You even created Marcel as a new identity, and destroyed all records of your past as Vacher.
And what about the timing?
So that's it. And with that,
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense.
Oh man, I was so sure he's their kid.
Well, Marcel, do you know where you fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away? Instead of so, you never noticed.
Man, he must get mad about how wrong we are if he's actually their kid.
You also never understood, boss.
But I don't know. Let's see.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
So what did you want to do?
What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels?
Whoa, okay.
Dissolve right in front of your
So he is Vacher.
No one helped me. No.
Alrighty, I see now. He admits it.
Ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever. You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people.
Go tell him.
Vignier is dead. We promised each other
No,
that
she's
we'd
not.
always be together.
She talked to us just earlier. Come on.
I will follow, but I'm not from this blasted place. So I can't be dissolved. No matter what I do.
Oof. Now that's rough.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea?
No, he's just getting stoned. Stop him.
Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life.
True, kind of true.
Pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me. Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Vignier. I promise. We made a promise. Vignier. Vignier. Please, Vignier. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction,
Man, what a reveal
the charges
though.
against Mr. Tartaglia no longer have any basis.
Hey, we saved our rival sort of person buddy. Rival buddy who's also like pretty wild. Meow.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Alrighty, I guess that's at least something.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Man, The water Hydro Archon ain't happy with this though.
Marcel was originally named Vache.
All this long-standing injustice.
And lover Vinier.
It took us to bring it to light. What a failure of an Archon. She must think she is. Oh man. I respect that self-awareness though, meow.
During an underwater expedition, Vinier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vache as a result. Vache learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vinier back to cover his tracks. He invented the new alien. During the course of his research, Vache discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and after exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vache decided to assassinate their president, Callus. Although the assassination did not go as
Who was the assassin anyway?
he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vache attempted to frame Linny as the
assassin was such a plant that he didn't even realize he would get turned into water after being done. Oh well.
However, his attempt to frame Linny failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vache's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court. Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Oh yeah.
The Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vache.
Big story. Let's see what the robot says. I wonder if there's gonna be a conflict at some point with the system.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice,
That would be too early now, or is it?
Mr. Vache is...
This is
guilty.
Okay. Not a surprise.
Guards, take Vache away.
Alrighty.
Good. It's what he deserves.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
Yeah, but the crisis of the prophecy is still looming. Hello?
Really just
Nothing has been resolved. Nothing.
the true culprit would be such
Meow.
a
Be
well-spoken
hyped for the second half of this one. Whenever it gets released.
We helped Navia bring them back. He's hurt so many innocent people, and now he's finally getting what he deserves.
I mean, I'm not that excited about that. By the way, the lady is still, you know, around. Right? Right? His girlfriend?
Are you okay?
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
Maybe she should get some sleep. I mean, I've been worrying about her for a while.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys. And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending. Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Excuse me, princess? Wait a minute, is that a YouTube poop quote? I don't even remember anymore what the...
Please wait just one moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against
a
verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge.
A verdict!
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real...
Please respect the laws of...
Alrighty.
But this sure is a lot of hassle.
Oh man, something could go terribly wrong here. I got a sense of it. I don't know. I don't trust this machine.
That was just held. It has been established that Mr. Tartaglia, the guilty party, has been identified. And thus, we now turn to the Oratrice.
Yes, the robot. Yes, the robot. What is it gonna say? Yeesh.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique...
Yes? Yes?
Guilty.
Oh no! Guilty of what?
Hey! That's not funny. Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
Whoa.
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict.
Man, how did I know it? What the?
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
Maybe.
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case.
What is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect.
Oh no. Oh yes. I guess it's time for the dude to do the things.
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Wowee. Oh man, he's going all out. Alrighty. Somebody wants to have order.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Sheesh.
Hey, Monsieur Novelette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict.
Oh, what's the sentence? Does it sentence too or just judge?
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Sheesh. Talk about it was out with the Archon. Yes, we wanted to talk to her anyway.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
What does Lady Verena mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
Ooh.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me. You thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
Didn't you just say it yourself?
The way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea what was going on.
Oh man.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place, including my supposed shock and bafflement, was part of an elaborate performance. Every action meant to stir up
This is quite elaborate. Yeah.
Of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from the very beginning. As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary
Oh man. As a certain bunny VTuber said before, maybe she does need correction. Meow.
If you thought Child had nothing
Not sure how that works though.
appearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence.
Although, you know, this chapter gives me the sense of being always right somehow. No matter how wrong they seem to be. I don't know what it is.
Everything he's done
I mean, she talks to me, that's for sure.
are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
But like what?
Shall be revealed in time.
Yes, in time. Yes.
My noble intentions, as well as the
Oh no.
correctness of the oratrice's verdict.
Ah! Of course! How else could it be?
Said that. Although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense.
Also, I meant Arisu Usako earlier. Certain bunny vTuber. They're pretty cool.
I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
I mean, she's, she gets to write a script now about how this all checks out with her malfunctioning judgment machine. Fascinating.
You're saying we shouldn't put much
That's how I look at it, at least.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea. However,
Need to pull the rug out under her.
Continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it. After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Man, that was a fun ride. What the heck? One of the best. Wowee. Much as I like the emotional intensity of all the Nahida stuff. Meru. This one is definitely different. Much more snappy. The punches keep flying, you know what I mean? Hey, one twists here and there. There's lots of twists upon twists. Wait, are we...
Traveler! Hey!
Wait,
Traveler.
what about us?
Marcel, what are you doing over here?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease, or we'll add another charge to the—
No, wait! I just want to ask the Traveler something. I'm not looking to run away. Please, just...
Yeah, it's fine. We'll go along with that. Alright.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can tell him about his girlfriend.
I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear
Your girlfriend told us. We drank the water and then we got to talk to her.
All records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been—
I met her.
Really?
You did? I did, yes.
Sure. You met her. But how could that be?
Something to do with the sensitivity to her hydro element around the Fountain of Lucine.
Fountain of Lucine? Then... Please.
And I never. She was so close to me.
Just let the Traveler take me to the fountain to see her one last time.
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you—
Paimon agrees.
Well, you know what? We should vouch for him to not run away and take him there.
This request, is it worth as much to you as your—
Of course!
As your life. Whoa.
It's worth even more than my life.
Whoa.
Humans, will they betray the instinct to live just to satisfy spiritual needs? Very well. I will grant your request.
Your Honor.
I will go with him. You do not need to worry about any escape.
Who is this guy? He talks about humans like he's not a human. What?
Thank you.
Is he like an Oceanid, like straight? Or something? We've seen that before. Foreshadowing? Oh man. See, the twists keep coming! Amazing. Good thing the fountain's right in front of us. Also. Whee!
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
Back then I drank water from the sea, hiding my sensitivity.
Yeah, and even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as
Oh, he
well?
did! Oh! You can hear her!
Yes, that's it!
A fated reunion!
Vinier, it's me! It's me, Vache!
Vache?
I'm here! Where are you, Vinier? I'm coming for you. I'm finally here for you.
Hey, wait! Be careful!
Wait!
Vignier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vignier!
Vache, why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for you. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you left. All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me alive. I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings like this? Vignier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself.
What a fit.
I would at least be able to take care of my
What about
mother.
love?
And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her cheeks.
But what about love?
It's all because
But
of
fair.
your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
What about your choices?
You
deflecting a little there. Ah, yeah, she might be an amalgamation of multiple people at this point.
I am not Vignier.
Ah, yeah.
The sacrifices.
Yeah.
Every woman who died by your hand.
Oh.
Our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea.
Oh.
Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea. And we were no longer individuals. But we became one. Just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
Man, what a day of judgment for this guy.
One I am not is Vignier.
But where is Vignier?
But then, where is Vignier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you.
Ah.
This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became?
I mean, she's probably just shy around his dedication. No way that she would admit it to the remnants of those ladies he murdered or like dissolved. I mean, it's not like he murdered them, right? I mean, it's close enough though.
You are a liar,
Sheesh.
a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not.
I don't think he cares enough to be a narcissist. Meow.
From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vignier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred for you.
Is that true though? If that's true, she should tell it to them. She should tell it to him directly. I must have found me to lure Marcel here. I don't know. This is wild.
Yeah, she can't hate me. Let me see her, please. Have mercy.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vignier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore.
I mean, that can be true, but it's also not true. Come on.
But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you.
Pity? Whoa. This sounds so fake now all of a sudden.
She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
Wow, she must think really lowly of him if she would pity him.
Vache. Vache? Vache. Vache.
Aw, man.
Vache.
That's a tough spot. I mean, this guy's pretty mental though. Getting haunted by ghosts of his past. Come on. Why isn't he just like, yeah, but so I'd rather meet my ex-girlfriend who's like, I don't know, like, seriously. After he dissolved all of them, now he's gonna be like, oh, now I care about these ladies. Come on, no. What? Like, this guy got no spine. Like, see through what you've started. Come on.
You have some time to do shopping.
Anyway.
Gosh.
I really don't think that.
Time since we've been able to relax.
That his girlfriend would have pitied him like that, so I don't know. That is fascinating. Maybe it just makes you very weak-willed to turn into a puddle of water, so I don't know. It seems quite like crowd-minded, the whole interpretation of this is turned water girlfriend. I don't know. Anyway. How spineless, all of them. All of them. Even the ladies, like, come on. Can't you have a bit of mercy? Like, what's going on? Anyway. Instead, they give you a lecture with their petty ambitions. Oh, I'm gonna have my stuff, so I'm just hanging my art hanging out somewhere. Ooh, like, come on. Nothing wrong with that, but is that really your final words? The regret that you didn't get your art hanging somewhere? Like, come on. That's miserable. Get better ideals and better aspirations. Come on. Anyway. Again, not trying to belittle what could have what these girls experienced, but they weren't even at the start. They didn't even cross the threshold to be fully adult humans in a way. That's okay too. I'm just saying. It's kind of tough to hear a lecture from that sort of, coming from that sort of narrow-minded, selfish place. Like, oh, you want to have your stuff to hang in a gallery? Okay, I mean, again, it's not a bad aspiration in the midterm, in the short term, even the midterm, you know, but like, what is that gonna do in the long run? Again, it's a noble aspiration too, but don't expect it to set you free. The trap of your own making. If you run with it for too long and too narrowly, meow. Finding some time to shopping. Shopping with Billy Mays. But wait, there's more! Shopping is stressful in its own way. My legs are killing me. They're killing me, alright.
Well met, partner.
Ah.
I knew something great was going to happen.
Anyway, I like that story. It was fun. And I mean, you know, they were all quite unfortunate and sorry people. So, you know, it wasn't an unworthy conclusion for the kind of, for the level of person that the involved people were. Oh well, meow.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the demoiselle's mood.
I mean, in the first place, this guy was a little too driven to, like, chase after his like, dead girlfriend. Like, not dead girlfriend, but you know what I mean. Fake dead girlfriend.
It's a pleasure to see you both.
Well, that was its own hell in its own right. I'm not saying that was good at all. Meow.
Yeah, it's been a few days.
Oh, now that I believe. I'm easy to work with and always bring home the bacon.
Sounds like you're really enjoying life these days, Navia.
So all is well that ends well.
It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the courts in Sen. Everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my father. We never held a memorial when he first died, since everyone knew that even if we held one back then, no one this time.
One was going to come.
Everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court all attended.
Aww.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the dearest wish of Demoiselle all along.
That blasted stubborn fool. I was right to put my faith in him. I'm so glad I didn't give up on the case all those years ago. Oh, by the way, I ran into Charlotte just after I left the memorial service.
Oh, the reporter from the Steambird, Charlotte.
Well, maybe it'd be more accurate to say I knew she would be there, and there was no way she'd just let me go.
True. Always looking for a scoop.
The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steamboat?
Yeah, tell them, Paimon. Tell them, Paimon. I just, I know it, but tell them. Meow.
Way back when I first became the president of the Spina di Rosula, she was all over me. Wouldn't take no for an answer. I believe the story was called The True Heart of Darkness, Secret Tales of the Yellow Road. To be fair, though, it was a really flattering feature. So, we've been on pretty good terms ever. She was trying to lean on our friendship to get me to do an exclusive piece.
Oh yeah, she told us about that. She's always been super interested in that case, so now...
Anyway, I told her to make sure that when she writes about you guys entering the Opera House with the critical evidence, that you both sound really cool.
Now that's another thing to look forward to. We trust Charlotte's skills with a pen for...
Oh, and in other news, I also took Clorand out for a meal.
Oh, are you two on better terms now?
While you were investigating Vachey's headquarters, Clorand gave testimony on my father's behalf. It was thanks to her that we were able to turn the tide. I wanted to thank her. I mean, there's also no point in being awkward all the time, so we took the chance to reconcile with each other.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clorand wasn't actually a bad person. It's always good to have more friends.
Anyway, now that the case has finally been solved, perhaps it will slowly begin to fade from the public consciousness. Oh, actually, there's still one last thing I need to do.
What is it?
Maui, what is
I
it?
should pay a visit to my father's grave and tell him the truth of what happened. And on top of that, just how much people still look up to him to this day. That includes me, too.
Miss Navia.
Indeed.
I come too.
We want to go too.
TivvyCat also gonna have funeral visit?
Person.
I guess that's fine.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
Dude, this could have been a character quest for Navia.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather,
Pretty wholesome.
we'll be lucky if we
In a
can
way, too, among a lot of things. A lot of things were going on here.
You're right. It's been raining non-stop for a few days.
Whoa, another plot hook. We got Childy, guilty, Archon being clueless, and a brat, and fucking fantastic, what can I say?
This is where my father's grave.
And then there's the rain. Meow.
Huh? There's someone there already.
Who is it?
Isn't that Nervalette?
Whoa.
Why would the Chief Justice be
I mean, this guy's weirdly relatable, not gonna lie. Of course he's here.
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
If I was a bit more tactful, this guy would be a lot like me. Wow.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's
But
no
I'm
need
just
for
a
you to
cat on the internet. So,
I wanted to show my father how much I've grown.
meow.
Still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callis proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callis made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callis in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epicles indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
So Navia and Neuvillette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done.
Oh, it stopped raining. Okay.
Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Did Paimon do anything rude there?
Well, you're not usually supposed to fly around someone's grave.
Paimon didn't know that was a thing. But Paimon doesn't know what she would do if she can't fly.
Yeah, I know, right?
No. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be too nervous.
Oh, she took it so seriously.
Anyway, Neuvillette
True.
It's not often that we can catch him alone like this, so why don't we go talk to him for a bit? If we can't talk to Lady Farina, we can at least talk to him, right?
True. Hey there.
Make my escape.
Hey there, mister.
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her father?
We ran into Navia on the streets today, so we just followed her here.
I see. Then is there something that I can help you with?
Well, it's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy. So we figured we could try to ask you a few questions.
Please feel free. Though outsiders, you helped us solve one of the greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure to return the favor.
About water from the sea, the primordial sea.
The bad guys referred to that special water as water from the primordial sea, but what is it really?
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vacher and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence after extensive research. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Teyvat's life forms were first born in that special sea. You could say it nurtured much of the life on this planet.
Wowee.
So it really was where everything began. It makes sense to call it primordial then.
So it's a metaphor or like an actual, it's an embodiment of accelerated biological, what is it called? Genetic evolution. Interesting.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vacher discovered must have been some kind of special case, or a remnant from a truly ancient age.
So that's how it is. Oh, you really know everything, Monsieur Neville.
Well, that's the question.
If that's the case, then why would people, at least people from Fontaine, dissolve in that kind of...
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and nurture life, suddenly reverse itself and devour life instead?
And why did Charlie's vision start bugging out? And why is the Archon clueless?
Frank, that also doesn't
Questions.
There must still be some unknown secrets around the Is there anything else you...
The prophecy?
That the sea levels will rise and everyone will be dissolved in water, leaving Farina crying alone on her throne, but the sins of the people will be finally washed away. Does that appropriately summarize the...
That's right! It was...
Yes, up to the present, I think we reached a point. Rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left.
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro Archon? Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Yep.
2 parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tivat for this purpose.
She's a hard worker, and it's entirely unclear how she entered the picture, who she is, and why she is the Archon in the first place. It's still a big mystery. Like, our attitude and everything is like, okay, but what actually does she, like, how does she fit into the picture? It's a big mystery.
If the rumors were true, perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
But child.
My apologies. However, I still believe the judgment of the Oratrice was not rendered arbitrarily.
True.
But you also said you thought he was innocent.
True.
For many years, I have been quite aware that the Oratrice does not simply mechanically repeat the verdict that I give on each case. As a divinely created mechanism, the people's unified faith in the concept of justice is integrated into it.
Wow.
Not only can it produce the incredible power of indemnitium, but it likely also possesses other traits, such as self-awareness. Which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation like this for a long time.
So when Lenny told us that he heard a human voice from the room where the Oratrice's core is stored...
I was not aware such a thing had occurred. Perhaps that could serve to prove my conjecture. I will add that to the list of items to investigate. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the Oratrice does have a methodology all its own. We just do not have enough information. Based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was going on. She managed to bluff her way through it, though, with her time-tested twin tricks of bravado and drama. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, for now, we regret to say that the Fatui Harbinger will just have to bide his time in the fortress of Meripede. If we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will most certainly compensate him to the fullest extent allowed.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want is a no-holds-barred fight with you.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
Now about the twin.
Your sibling. Another blonde-haired traveler.
Never seen anyone.
If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no... Is there anything else?
Alright. That's it.
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility behind and return to Palais Memoria.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only came here to pay your respects today because you had the day off.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the clock as well.
All right. Huh? Paimon just noticed
Yes, as I have established. Paimon keeps being late with figuring out what I'm figuring out already. But that's not really intended. Oh well. Oh well. I would love to let Paimon have more lines, you know what I mean? Anyway, so that was...
Everyone hold hands.
That was the Archon Quest. Nice, so... Guess we took care of the important things. Although sometimes the quests have super duper important stuff too, like Nahida's second one is like one of my favorite story quests, although it is for Nahida, really, so... Didn't stream that one though, just saying. With that, I'll get something to drink, stay hydrated, BRB, everyone stay safe, and subscribe for more, makes the cat happy.